Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. Bonjour, mes frères et sœurs. This is Maître Alex Ndive Lissinger. Je suis là pour parler pour tous les Camerounais dans toutes les régions. I'm here to talk to all Cameroonians from all the regions of Cameroon. And I'm speaking on behalf of our party and as the leader of BCNP. I've seen a lot of things that are happening in Cameroon, and it's rather unfortunate that we are so intolerant, despite the fact that we recognize that we have about 250 ethnicities, but we are behaving as if we're all born by one parent. We are so intolerant that we always point fingers at each other. However, none of us have ever come out with a solution other than our political party, because we have to accept who we are. Before I proceed, I would like to play a short audio or video, which these are the messages that I'm getting from Cameroonians. A message of hate from all angles, and these are things that we have done research for more than about, is it up to 20 years? We knew Cameroon was going to boil down at this stage. These are things that all the politicians, civil society have failed to address, and some of us, we have been neutral to play active politics in Cameroon because we believe that the political parties who have been in Cameroon who are playing politics, we believe they could sort out this problem. After giving them 29 years that multi-party system was introduced in Cameroon, I believe it's time that we have to come in and take back control, because the politics in Cameroon is not about ideology. It's about a political system that have changed from the ideal one-party regime to still a disguised one-party system, because that's what we are failing. And the essence of opposition political party is to scrutinize the ruling party. It's not hatred. It's to scrutinize you, to see that you can balance your politics rather than just making hot speeches or blowing hot air. We have come in as BCNP in order to scrutinize political parties, to have no fear. We don't believe politics is about hatred. We don't believe it's about pointing finger from one person to another. We are a party that we have got the solution. We are a party that we understand what's going on in Cameroon. We have observed from a distance for more than 29 years, and we believe there is no opposition in Cameroon. So we have come to fill in that vacuum. And I'll play this audio and you video. You listen to what Cameroonians are talking to each other. It's a disgrace that after 58 years of a failed colonial culture, this is what we have boiled down to. Pointing fingers to each other, insulting each other. That's who we are. But my point is, I'm going to take what this guy is saying on this video or audio, and I'll tell you why we came up with ethnocultural democracy. Listen carefully.
Je m'adresse à cette parmi lesquels là, je vous dis bien, je m'adresse à cette parmi lesquels là, on ne va pas casser tout le groupe. C'est pas les ambassadeurs, je ne peux pas les appeler les antipatriotes. Je sais qui ils sont. On sait qui ils sont. que ça soit Waldo, que ça soit la famille de Serge.
Que le gouvernement arrête de jouer au malin avec ces gens. Il n'y a aucun pays au monde où on joue avec les terroristes. Les gens qui bavardent là sur Facebook, parfait ici. Kabylie, c'est en Algérie, non? Ils demandent l'indépendance, non? On ne tue pas les gens là-bas, on tue. Quand il s'agit de rétablir l'ordre et que vous êtes considéré comme un terroriste, on vous tue.
Parce qu'on arrive à saisir le fossé qui existe, le fossé au niveau de l'éducation qui existe entre nous. Et ça conforte les thèses des suprémacistes petits comme moi. Moi, je suis une suprémaciste bêtise. Je suis convaincu que c'est un suprématie de l'ethnie bêtise.
C'est toujours vous, les Bamileke, les Robert Kamdem. Vous voyez tout permis. Je suis Ebebda. Cette violence doit monter d'un cran. Je vais donner des consignes à mes oncles au niveau du pont d'Ebebda. Dans les prochains jours, si cela perdure et persiste, nous allons donner des consignes à toutes les populations de Yaoundé, à toutes les populations du Sentier du Sud, de se tenir prêtes. Et nous rendons désormais coup pour coup. Il faut des hommes durs. Il faut des hommes impliqués.
On a longtemps blagué avec ces gens-là qui se retrouvent tous dans une seule et une région. On a longtemps blagué, mais à un moment donné, il faut que le président de la République prenne des mesures. Vous pensez que c'est une affaire de région? C'est une bande de malades.
On vous a dit que la politique, c'est le commerce. Parce que quand vous les parlez, que vous êtes bon en commerce, ça veut dire que non, vous n'avez aussi pas le pouvoir politique. Oubliez, nous de notre vivant, le Cameroun n'aura jamais un président Bamileke. Mettez-vous ça là à la tête. Et dans la tête, vous n'aurez jamais un président Bamileke.
Mes chers frères et compatriots, my brothers and sisters back home in Cameroon, this is what we are going through, and I should tell you what our party stands for. Our party, the BCNP, is an open church. Whether you want one Cameroon, you're free to come to our party and participate and give your ideas. Whether you want federalism, you're free to be in our party and give your interest. Whether you want separation, we talk with everybody. We sit, we come out with policies. That's what political parties, they do. We are a broad church. And when we sit together, we come out with policies. I am Mola Alex Ntigeli Singer. I have my personal ideology. But when it comes to party politics, we sit as member of a political party. We have different ideologies, not one size fits it all. So we have seen what's going on in Cameroon. It's a disgrace. I'm talking the entire Cameroonians, all the 10 regions. It's a disgrace that after 57 years of failed culture, we are still ashamed of our culture. We are still pointing fingers and say this one is Bamileke, this one is... There's nothing wrong with that. The reason is that no government, since the days of Aijo, no government have come and said, we should be proud, I'm a Bamileke, I'm a Bakwe, I'm a Manyuman. That's how we should be identifying ourselves rather than Francophone, Anglophone. That's our identity. Our identity is not, it has never been French and English. We are Francophones or Anglophones. It means somebody who can speak French or English. But better still, I'm not refusing the fact that two entities under the colonization system or trusteeship system, they came together, formed a federal government. But however, this name Francophone, Anglophone denotes too much this colonial empire, which we should stop it. I would rather choose that we look for local names and call ourselves or whatever than to be saying Francophone, Anglophone. But it doesn't take away our history. And our history did not start when the French and English, they came to that country. They were the Germans. And before the Germans came to Cameroon, we still had history. So nobody should try to limit our history in a certain fair. But however, these two entities or whatsoever capacity, we came together. We should respect it. It's true. And at the end of the day, even the most dreaded current constitution of Cameroon called for equality. Equality doesn't mean we can speak French and English. It means wherever I am, I should be able to do what I want to do. I, precisely, Maître Alex the Singer, I shouldn't have gone to Yaoundé to study public law in Guakele 99%. I would have been in Boya and do it in English. That's equality. Equality doesn't mean I have a land problem, I have to go to Yaoundé. I have to stay in Boya or in Manfe and solve that problem. Yes, we all do want election, but election is not a panacea. It doesn't come and solve the problem if you don't have good people. We have seen the hijackers, those people who hijack the trade union organization in Cameroon. What have they done? Some of them are more corrupt than the government of Mr. Biya. We have seen them signing checks for $35,000 in a lawyer's office in America to give independence. We have seen my trip to Boya. Is it about $2 million went inside their pocket? We have seen them. They pretend that they are separatists. People who used to work with the government of Cameroon, they rush to Nigeria to go and negotiate federalism. And they keep on lying why our people are dying. Instead of coming up with postulation, ideologies, things that we can change our country. That's why we of the BCNP have come up with the ethnocultural democracy. What is this ethnocultural democracy? First of all, I would like to tell you, we as human beings, we want a sense of belonging. In Cameroon, if somebody would tell a Bamileke man, you can never be president, you're telling that person you're not part of that country. These are languages that should be condemned by opinion leader, politician, and other people. They don't say anything, they keep quiet. At the end of the day, we should understand that the president of the republic should not be the most powerful position, because everybody thinks if I'm from Bafut, I'm the president, I'll have advantage to help my Bafut people. So we should go back to ethnocultural democracy, where each ethnic entity in Cameroon will be able to rule themselves. If we go back to the what we call Anglophone, the Northwest and Southwest region, some region think they are majority, they can go and control the other people. It's the same thing like in the whole Cameroon. People want to control each other. People want to annex each other. It won't work. What we are practicing at the moment, although it's not really official, is ethnocultural democracy. Why do I say that? When you look at somebody like Bello Boba, is his political party national in the whole of Cameroon? No. His party is practice what? Ethnocultural, mostly based where? In Garoua. And it's a fact. You cannot change it. You only have to give that power more to them to continue to protect their own ethnic group. It doesn't mean that somebody from Boya cannot go and live in Maroua. You can go there, but you have to love the culture, because that's their identity. That's ethnocultural democracy. Daikole Daisala is in Maroua. Is his party national in Cameroon? No. He has got an ethnic group. That's our culture. Just like an Englishman, a Scottish man. It is their culture. You can't take away somebody's culture. It's their identity. It's not tribalism. I don't see how you will be tribal by speaking your language, by respecting your traditional ruler, by following your customary law, by eating your traditional food. That's tribalism. Loyal to your tribe. The first place you were born is when you came on earth. It's your environment, your local people, your family. That's your tribe. Your mothers, your sister, your grandparents, your uncle, that's your tribe. So what's wrong being tribal, being loyal to the first people you grew up with on earth? There's nothing wrong with that. We should leave this notion that we have made, or it's a Cameroonian dictionary, you say tribalism. What's wrong with that? That's your tribe. You grew up there. The first people you love on earth are the people that you grew up with them. Your friends that you play with them. That's your tribe. That's what we're talking about, ethnocultural democracy. When you go back again, Damjoya, you look again, ethnocultural democracy. Where is Damjoya based? Where? In Fumba. Bamum. That's where he has got his base. It is a fact. It's the same thing with the Western culture. Don't say we are tribalists. They are tribalistic too here. That's why you have the Scottish Parliament. That's why you have the Welsh Parliament, Northern Ireland, because it is their tribe. And what is wrong? We want to import something that cannot work in Cameroon. We should not make the post of a president to be the most powerful position. So everybody think I must be the president to change Cameroon. We should take power back to the family home and give it to parents to run the country. We should give power to local people to do those things. That's ethnocultural democracy. That's the only way things can work in Cameroon. We need a sense of belonging. And if people cannot sit and be proud that this is my country, sense of belonging, sense of belonging means it's like the food that you eat. It's like shelter that you need in your life. And if you stay in a country, somebody said, you cannot be president. Everybody should have that aspiration to be anything in the country. It is very important. And if we don't have that sense of belonging, I'm sure, my brothers and sisters, we are heading through abyss. It's not only in Cameroon. You look at Nigeria. My Nigerian friends, they are telling me that Nigeria might break away one day. They have those differences because we are importing foreign culture. The English system, we want it to work in Cameroon. It cannot work. But if they practice ethnocultural democracy, a Yoruba man is a Yoruba man. An Igbo man is an Igbo man. Those are our identity. That's why in the UK they say United Kingdom. They are united, but they have different culture. Unity in diversity. That's what I've been preaching for ages. A place like in America, United States, you have Hawaii. Hawaii, they are one of the last states that they joined the Union. They have a different culture from other parts of United States. They have East Asian culture, North American culture, indigenous Hawaiian culture, but they are practicing their own law, their own rules inside United States. So we should be looking at a country. As I said, I'm talking on behalf of our party. We should be looking at a country where we have to sit, we have to recognize that each ethnicity is important. And we frame our country in that means that our ethnic culture must prevail. At the moment, the current constitution of Cameroon respects customary laws. But those are the things to me that have to come before. It doesn't mean that we cannot use English and French as our languages, and it doesn't mean other languages should not come in future. South Africa is a newly found democracy. I'm sure they have more than 7 official languages. But us in Cameroon, it's only English and French official. Why? Are we saying that our own languages or our dialect are they second-class language? No. Those are things we have to start look how to change our country. It's very important. Ethnocultural democracy, it's related to a social group, your ethnicity. So we shouldn't be fighting. The truth is, we are already practicing it indirectly. Every weekend, whether it's Saturday or Sunday, when you're going to a Banso meeting, you're going to your traditional meeting. You don't see a Bali man coming there with you. You don't see a Manko man coming to a Bali meeting. Those are things that we practice. That's our belonging. And the earlier some of these failed politicians in Cameroon, they should realize that we should be looking at those forms of government, the better. Because we are living in a heterogeneous society in Cameroon. And it's very important that we understand that the failed English, French, German culture that was installed in us have failed. We are going to take what is good in this culture and follow it. But we have to look at the genesis of this problem in Cameroon. We are trying to import something that's not going to work. You can just look around in Qatar, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, all those countries. They are foreign countries. They practice their Arab culture. Gaddafi, his country was developing. Most people don't understand the basis. Gaddafi used to say, I'm not a president, I'm a leader. Why? Because Gaddafi used to look at, I'm sure he was practicing the ethnocultural democracy. He used to look at the clan, tribes, clan. He gives money to the rulers or the head of all clans. He gives them money to develop their area. So if there's a problem now, you're going to hold your chief or your fund or your elected representative in that clan. You're going to hold them responsible. What's the essence? Everything is the president. It's the president who has done this ABC, appoint everybody. The local people, they know people who are hard working. They know the people who can work for them. That's why when I was in primary school, we had a Bamileke man in Tiko, Paul Bamileke, who was a mayor. They know people who are hard working. You don't allow a president to appoint local people that the president doesn't know. It is very important because whether we like it or not, in all the villages in Cameroon or towns, if I was born in a particular town and I see other tribes start coming in and trying to take over the place, I will not be happy. That's why the British people vote for what? Brexit, to leave, because other people are coming to the United Kingdom to take over their country. It's a human nature. It's human nature. If you are a foreigner, you come to somebody's country, you dance to their tune, they won't bother. But once you want to impose your own culture on them, you want to say, Mola singers should not talk Bakure, Mola singers should not talk about Kwakoko. You are bringing what? Animosity, conflict. So we should understand. They have to teach our people that your tribe is your identity. I've lived in the UK for a long time. I'm not an Englishman. If I say I'm an Englishman, they will laugh at me. Or I'm a Scottish man. I'm not even a Banso man. I'm a Bakwerian. End of story. That's what we should tell our people. And there's nothing wrong to be your tribe, because that's what you are. And if we really believe that we are one, we must speak the same language. Then why do you want democracy? If you're one, you don't need democracy. You just do the same thing everyone is doing. And I thank everyone for watching this video. I'll make sure that people listen, because rather than people accusing people of what they are doing, bring a solution. This video is about solution. I'm giving a solution, and nobody can control me. And at the end of the day, if we are standing for election, it's the same thing we are going to talk to our people. This is what we are going to produce. This is what we are going to do. Rather than saying that if I'm a president, I will do this to you. You don't need to be a president to do that. You have to allow the people. We don't want a nanny state. The people should be free to control their future. Give them that power. Give them that freedom. Let the ethnocultural democracy start from our houses, families, running their own things. Because today we see our brothers and sisters killing each other. Because I ask myself, do we still have families in Cameroon? I'm not sure. So thank you everyone for following me. And I always come from time to time to say important things. We are trying to build a strong team, people with experience. And if you have got that experience, you can go on our website, www.thebcnp.com. You can go there, you can send us your CV. We need people who can contribute, who can bring ideas. We don't want people who will just sit and be insulting. A said this, Paul Biya was deported, the football team was this. You sit there, you criticize, you don't offer any solution. We are looking for people, the future generation of leaders, not people who come and be talking history. The newspaper in France said this. This one said, those are people who read and make comments. We want people who have solution. We want people who can sit and say, why is it that we cannot make our own malaria? It's a white man who is doing it for us. We want people who say, oh, I can invent a medication for malaria. Those are the people we want to deal with. We should allow the commentators, while we are going ahead, let them be talking. As I say in French, le chef aboie, la caravane passe. So let the dog be barking while we are moving ahead. We are bringing changes in our country, law and order, how we can create employment, how we can use our local thing, natural resources. Because we say in Africa we are rich. In Africa, we are rich. But we are poor. We are not rich. If you don't have technology to develop your gold, your diamond, your natural resources, it is useless because you don't know how to use it. A white man knows how to use it. That's why they take it and they transform it into gold or diamond. And it's very expensive that even most of us Africans, we cannot buy it. We cannot pay for it. So we should learn to develop our own structure. I know when I was growing up, the government of Cameroon, they were sending scientists, Cameroonians abroad to study. Where are they? Why are they not producing malaria medicine in Cameroon? Where are our scientists? Without technology, you can go nowhere. We want a country that we are going to develop and help people who have that know-how, technological know-how, to change our country for good. You cannot have if you have rice, you don't know how to cook it, the rice is useless. So we have all those natural resources, but we don't know how to use it. The white man knows how to use it more than us. We need technology. We have to invest in technology. That's what our party, BCNP, is proposing. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone should have a great Sunday. Bye.